This is going to be a brief video that reviews the graveyard that is actually on my property. Now, I don't know the laws of West Virginia enough to say how this works, but my understanding is you can't actually own the property. So this is technically a parcel that is whittled out of my almost 3 acres. But when we originally moved here, this was overgrown and surrounded by this wire. You can see here, hopefully. And so I took all that down and cleared out the brambles, which was, you know, a pretty hefty job. But you can see here the gravestones here in the site, and they are pretty much all illegible except for this one right here, which is a young man. If I remember correctly, he died as a child, and he died in 1863, so I'm not too sure West Virginia was a state at the time this young man died. So here's a neat little trick. Yeah, so you can see this young man died in 1862, and his name was Noah Cosner, and that is a popular or fairly common name in this area, but no one's shown interest in this site over the years. When I had cleaned it up, I'd had some folks say, oh yeah, I used to take care of that, which is, I find highly dubious considering the condition it was in. And plus, there was no gate into this cemetery or small grave site. It was all surrounded by the wire, which is common when you have these sites here in West Virginia. It's to keep the cattle out. And there was a lot of junk in here, which I think some people had used it for that, a dump. And so I got all that garbage out of here, and I would say it would be hard to say how many graves are here because of the number of headstones, which unfortunately you can see, you know, many of them have fallen, and I've just tried to place them up out of the way so that they're not further damaged. And you can see some of the graves here, like Noah's, and especially a couple over here are really sunk in. And I would imagine that over the years, a lot of the tree roots have obviously infiltrated the graves. And, you know, hopefully this site remains unmessed with. That's always been my concern, is that someone finds out about it and it's like, oh, I have to go there and, you know, excavate it or destroy it. But hopefully that's never the case. And then just as an odd little side note, since we like this area and I salvaged this cherry tree after it got pummeled by these stupid big cedars, we decided to use this for our animal companions. So you can see there's my buddy Chief, who died on January 11th. One of the crankiest cats ever, Monkey, is there. Our old Sooner Hound Biscuit is here, and then the weird, tragic Jelly Bean, who, well, she had some problems. But anyway, you see this graveyard here. I keep up with it. I'm not a spiritual or religious person, but I would like to think that someone would have enough time and gumption to do the same for me and my family, hopefully in the future. And I hope I can find someone, you know, as I get too old to care for this, to hopefully take over. You know, it's not a lot of work, and here it is from Maysville, West Virginia, my backyard graveyard.